Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're using the ANASTASIA SULTRY palette for Flashback Friday. The packaging on this just gets to me every time because literally me if I was packaging. Actually, you know what? I would want like black sparkly packaging, but either way, like this is me in the form of packaging. Just very extra, and I love it. The packaging is like what sold me on it originally, so just want to mention how glorious it is. And I believe it's still available, so if you don't have this palette and you're wanting to get it, not sponsored, wish it was, but I think it's still available if you need a good cool tone palette for the fall and winter season. ANASTASIA SULTRY. That just sounds so... I was trying to sound like an infomercial and it just sounded really sponsored, so I'm so sorry. This video's off to a great start. Okay, let's go ahead and just dive into the makeup. Do you guys like my little skull mug? Isn't she cute? I got her at Walmart for like no more than $5, I don't think. I don't remember exactly how much it was because I do this thing called impulse buying where I just throw things in the cart and I don't look, and this is one of them, but I think it was like $3 or $4, maybe $5, and I really like it. It's like perfect for spooky season, so here we are. Drinking water because I gotta stay hydrated today, folks. Okay, so as you guys know, today is Friday, so that means it's Flashback Friday time. I'm going to take the ANASTASIA SULTRY palette for today. This has been requested before, and we're doing it today. I think I want to go for, obviously, a cool toned eye because that's what we're working with here. But I don't want to do silver because I did just buy the ColourPop Smoke Show palette, and I plan to do a 2-look-1 with that palette, and that's going to be gray and silver, so I don't want to do too much of the same tones for so close together, you know, because I don't know when I get that palette in the mail, but like I know it's gonna be relatively soon, so I want to stick to maybe the more browner cool tones, but I also don't want to do the same look I did last year when I reviewed this palette. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might do a halo eye. I don't know. We're just gonna wing it, I guess. I don't know. The first thing I'm gonna do, like always, is prep and prime my eyes with my ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Eye Primer. I also did order the new ANASTASIA and Carly Bible collaboration palette, so if you guys want to see a review on that, let me know. I think I'm gonna do a review regardless, honestly. I feel like I haven't seen too much talk about that palette for some reason. I don't know why that is. I just haven't seen a ton about it. I've seen like a little bit here and there. So that kind of makes me want to review it more. That way there is like more reviews out there. So if you want to buy it, you can, you know, see what I think of it at least. Not that you should buy or not buy things solely because of my review, but you know, putting my review out there does help the consumers. Okay, I'm first going to take this tiny little fluffy brush and grab the shade Twig. It's a cool tone brown. And I do want to do a halo eye, so I'm focusing this color in the center of my crease, but keeping it like a round shape. I'm not gonna like wing it out too much. It's kind of hard to do with my eye shape because my eyes naturally want to go that way. They're more like, not completely almond shaped, but like slightly, and so they do want to go in that direction. So it's kind of hard for me to do halo eyes on my eye shape, but as long as you keep that circular line there, it should be good. Then taking a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna grab the shade Twig once again. And I'm just going to diffuse that color out to make it more blended, because as you can see over here, it's just a harsh line. And when you take that color again, but on a more fluffier brush, it will diffuse it out. And it almost looks like I have two colors in my crease, but it's just the one. So I don't know if you guys have noticed yet. If you're new to my channel, you probably haven't, but if you watch all my videos, some of my videos, you know, usually I have like some wall art back here hanging up. I took it down though because when editing my videos, it always just irritated me because it was never centered in my videos. In real life, it was centered, like it's in the middle of my table. It's perfectly aligned. I got my little, I don't know what the tool's called, but you know, you put it on something to make sure it's level. A balance, a scale, I don't know. Anyways, I like did all of that when I was hanging it up, and for some reason, the way my camera is, I guess, I don't know, it always looked either like this way or like the other way. It always changed, and it always just irritated me. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it down and have nothing hanging up and see how that is. I kind of don't like it though. I miss having something on the wall, but if I put something back up there, I'm gonna make sure it's either like to this side or this side for sure, or it's gonna cover the entire wall. That's the only two options I'm gonna do, because I cannot stand it when it's not centered. Okay, I'm gonna try a bit of a different technique for a halo eye today. Might not work well, but we're just gonna wing it. Usually what I do for halo eyes is I'll build up all of the matte shades that I want to use, like all of them to the darkest shade, then cut my crease right here in the center, put the lid color there, and then go back and forth with blending. I kind of want to put my lid shade all over my lid and then go in with my darker mattes. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you guys as I'm doing it. So I'm going to take the shade, I think I'm going to take Tweak. I haven't played with this palette in so long because I'm just not into cool tones. I am gonna spray my brush. I mention on my channel all the time, but then like I feel like I do play with cool tones a little more on my channel than like I wear in real life. But in real life, I'm never wearing shades like this. But I am gonna apply Tweak all over my lid. I want this to be more of a smoky halo eye anyways. I don't really care if it's like absolutely perfect. Just want like a really sexy, smoky, sultry eye. That was a horrible pun. I am so sorry. Okay, then taking a tiny fluffy brush like this one, this is the Morphe M506, I'm gonna grab the shade Dystopian, which is the dark chocolatey brown in the palette, and I'm gonna place that on the inner and outer corner of my lid to create that halo effect. I'm hoping this works. If not, I'll be sad. Oh my god, I'm so freaking excited for this weekend, guys. I am going to a pumpkin patch. I haven't been to a pumpkin patch in a couple years because I've just had no one to go with. Like, I'm a grown adult, I don't have children to take to a pumpkin patch, and I haven't had like friends that wanted to go up until this year, but me and my friends want to go this year, and we're gonna go Sunday. I'm so excited. I kind of want to vlog it like a little bit. It'll be more like an artsy vlog. It won't be like me talking kind of vlog, but I'll just like record stuff and put music over it. Do you guys want to see that? If not, it's cool. I just thought it'd be like a cute video idea. That kind of worked. I think the more I add to it, the better it's gonna look. So I'm gonna take the shade Noir, which is the matte black, and I'm just placing this in the outer corner. I don't want to place the black in the inner corner because it might be just a little too harsh in there. It'll close off the eye a little more than we want to. If you have really big eyes, you can probably afford to put a black in the inner corner area, but I do have a smaller eye size and shape, so I don't want to close them off any more than like this is already doing. And I'm gonna go back and forth with that brown and black until it's blended to my desire. I forgot there's quite a bit of fallout with this palette because it's so smoky and dark and intense. And then on my finger, I'm gonna take the shade Cinder. I'm gonna pack that right to the center of the lid just to brighten up the halo even more. Yeah, that is pretty. Going back in with that original crease brush, but no product, just to kind of blend everything because I feel like the crease isn't as blended as I'd like it to be. I do want to take a little bit of Pearl and place that in the very, very center of my halo eye, just because why not? I'm also going to take Pearl and highlight my brow bone with that. Keep it all cohesive. For lashes today, I'm going to take the Bold Face Makeup lashes in the style Lashes Out, or at least I think they're the style Lashes Out. That's the casing they're in anyways. I'm getting to the point where I'm a little exhausted most of the time because just with doing Halloween looks and still trying to do regular YouTube content and then working my regular normal job that I work and everything else that's kind of been happening, I'm just really exhausted, and I'm getting to the point where I'm just taking my lashes off and leaving them on my vanity, which I have done before in the past, but usually the next morning I'll like wake up and go put them in their case right away because I want to make sure I keep the right lashes in the right case. But as of the past couple weeks, I've been just like doing it every single night and not putting them back in the case in the morning, so I have like several pairs of lashes on my vanity at once. I'm like, I don't know what style's what brand it's from. Well, usually I can tell what brand it's from, but it's just a hot mess over here. So I apologize if these are not actually Lashes Out, but I'm almost positive they are because I know my Bold Face Makeup lashes like the back of my hand. Okay, while my lash glue is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. I'm taking my Smashbox Super Fanned Out Mascara. Alright, so my lashes are still drying. Are we surprised? No, I hate this lash glue. It's the worst lash glue in the entire world, but let's not talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin as well. I'm taking my No Pore Blend Primer by Touch in Sol. Are you surprised I didn't say my e.l.f. poreless putty? You shouldn't be, because I'm full of surprises. Just kidding, I'm the most predictable person on the planet. No, I just kind of want to put my e.l.f. poreless putty down for a minute. I'm sorry if this looked weird. My finger's obviously damaged, so I can't use it to apply product. So I'm gonna have to use my ring finger and my pinky. Anywho, I've been trying to use different makeup recently and not use the same stuff over and over again. Even though I'm also trying to use up certain products, it's just complicated. I've been just trying to switch it up, but also use some of the same things so I can use up a product before it expires. Anywho, I didn't want this product to expire before I could use it up because I've been using my e.l.f. poreless putty so much because I do like it a bit more than this one. I used to say like they were even, but now applying this, I'm like, ooh, kind of wish it was my e.l.f. poreless putty right now, but that's fine. This one's still nice, but I mean the e.l.f. poreless putty is cheaper, so I'd recommend that one over this one. But yeah, I just wanted to use it up before it expires, so I do need to start using this a little more often and putting the e.l.f. poreless putty away for a second, especially since I don't want to repurchase it right away, and these are basically the same products, so I'm explaining this way too much. I'm also going to take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist and spray my face with that. I know it's a setting mist and I'm going to use it as setting spray later, but I do want to add some hydration to my skin because it is the winter months, my skin's getting a little more dry, plus I'm using a mattifying primer and a more matte foundation, so I need some hydration. And I love the way this smells. It's fantastic. It's like a coconut and a baby. Like that good baby smell. I sound like a serial killer. But you know how babies smell like really good sometimes? Obviously not when they're poopy or pukey, but like that like baby head smell, it's like that in coconut water. I'm so sorry that you came to this channel and you watch these videos and I say things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying my foundation. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I've been trying to use this foundation up because again, I don't want it to expire. I mean, honestly, it probably is expired at this point because I've had it for at least a year. Potentially 2. But I mean, it still works, and I mean, it's not like breaking me out, so like, we're just gonna keep going. Oh, but anyways, talking about serial killers, I'm so sorry. Okay, if you don't care about like murder mysteries, serial killers, anything like that, you're not gonna give a shit about this next part that I'm gonna talk about real quick. But I wanna mention it. I saw this girl post about this coloring book she was coloring. It's like I'm 6. Anyways, but she had a serial killer coloring book. Isn't that like the coolest thing you've ever heard of? I mean, if you're into that stuff, if you're not into serial killers, or psychologically, I'm into serial killers. You know, I don't like, obviously I don't like serial killers. Murdering people is wrong. And you can quote me on that. Murdering is wrong. Dash Allyson Renee Boldt. I just find them fascinating, I guess. Because you have to think psychologically, obviously they're messed up in the head. I mean, they're murdering tens, potentially hundreds of people, and I don't know, it's just so fascinating to like try to understand why, not understand why they did it. There's no logical reasoning to kill that many people or really kill anyone for the most part, but I don't know, I find documentaries on serial killers and just learning about serial killers so fascinating. In high school, my psych class, we spent a lot of time actually talking about serial killers and learning about them. So long story short, this girl was posting about the serial killer coloring book she got on Amazon, and it's on the way to my house. What can I say? It was only like between $15 and $20. I'm so bad about checking the price of things before I buy them. Obviously, if it's like outlandishly expensive, I will look at the price, but if I know it's not like too expensive, I don't really care. I'll have to check later, maybe insert the price into the video here on screen, but I think it was between like 15, 20 bucks, around that price range. And I feel like that's a steal for a serial killer coloring book. I don't know why, but I just feel like I really could use that in my life right now. I love, obviously, to do art. I know a lot of people think that makeup isn't art, which I completely disagree with. I feel like it is a form of art. Is it the most creative form of art? It kind of just depends on who's doing it and what they're doing, but I do think makeup is a form of art, and just art in general relaxes me. Well, it stresses me out and relaxes me at the same time because I want it to be perfect, but also like it's so relaxing just to let myself be creative and just do what I enjoy to do, you know? So I got the coloring book as a way to relax. I just feel like I don't do anything fun anymore. Like I'm always like just working, whether it's YouTube stuff, Instagram stuff. I now do TikTok as well. I never thought I was gonna be a TikToker, and here I am. I'm gonna take a sponge and blend out the rest of my foundation. But anyways, I'm like constantly doing work, especially now with the Halloween season being here. I'm constantly doing looks and things like that, and so I just feel like I needed that coloring book as a way to de-stress every now and then. My lash glue is still not dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to concealer and powder. I'm gonna take my Natasha Denona Transfix Matte Concealer and my Rimmel London Stay Matte Loose Setting Powder. I feel like anyone that has dry skin is like cringing at the amount of mattifying products I use, but I do have combo oily and dry skin, but it's mainly oily. It's getting a bit drier now that we're in the colder winter months, but it is still mainly oily and it gets really oily throughout the day, so I like to use more long-wearing mattifying products. So I'm sorry if you have dry skin and you cringed all the words matte in that sentence, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna quickly pounce this out and set my under eye, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a big powder brush and just set the rest of my face with that. Okay, I think my lashes can be applied now. We're gonna try. Okay, well that wasn't successful on that eye. Let's try this eye. We got one eyelash on. The other one didn't want to stick. So we're gonna move on and start to do the rest of our makeup and just wait for the lash glue to dry once again. For bronzer, I'm gonna take my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. Yes, the cap broke off. It's a cheap product with cheap packaging. And I'm just gonna bronze up my skin in the normal spots, cheeks, forehead, jawline. Gonna use it to contour my nose as well. I also do wanna contour my skin a little bit with my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel Palette. Oh my goodness, guys, we have officially hit pan on one of the shades in here. It's about time. We're like, what, 6 months deep into Project Pan? I'm just now hitting pan on one of these things, which I guess that seems about right. I'm just annoyed because I like to get things done quickly. But I'm gonna take an angled brush and grab a little bit of Princess Cut and angle. Oh no! Oh, well, some of it just came out. And it's on my leg. Thank God I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. I should clarify that. That seems like a problem for Allie after she's done filming. So I'm gonna take those colors and just contour my jawline with it. Or not my, these are my cheekbones. Wow. I took 2 years of anatomy and didn't know that. Which, by the way, I'm very upset I had to take 2 years of anatomy because I took it senior year of high school, and then I had to take it again in college freshman year. Like, why? I just took it. I mean, it was nice because it was all still like fresh in my brain, but I was so annoyed that I couldn't just skip anatomy in college, you know? Even though, I will say, was my favorite class. Especially when we got to like look at the bones and like dissect things. Oh, that was so much fun for me. I feel like you guys are learning a lot about me today. I know I look ridiculous with one eyelash on. It is what it is, okay? It's still drying over there. I'm just sitting here waiting, like a waiting duck. And I'm just gonna have to keep moving forward with my makeup, you know? So I'm gonna take my City Color B Matte Blush in the shade Papaya. It's like a cool tone mauve. It's perfect for today. Like I said, I don't usually do cool tones, but when I do, I always use this blush. It's like the only cool tone blush I have. Everything else is like a hot orange or vibrant pink, because I love my blush, and so I go pretty bold with it. And cool tone blushes just, I mean, they can be bold if you build them up like I am right now. I like a lot of blush, y'all know. But you know, it's easier to do with like a hot orange. I'm gonna have to move on to my lower lash line and just hope the lash starts to dry, but not before I can get it on there like I did the first time. So for lower lash, I'm just gonna take the shade Twig and run that from inner and outer corner on my lower lash line. And then taking a little pencil brush, I'm gonna grab the shade Dystopian and also run that from inner and outer corner, but I'm keeping it pretty close to my lashes to create like some dimension on the lower lash line. Well, this eye looks fantastic. Fuck. I'm gonna take Pearl and highlight my inner corner with that. I do want to take some gel liner and put it on my waterline just to make it even more smoky. This is from Maybelline. It's my Eye Studio black gel liner in the shade Blackest Black. And I'm just going to place that right in the waterline. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her on. Is there a whole chunk of white lash glue right there? Yes, there is. Do I care? No, because it'll dry up eventually. Even though secretly I do care and it's going to bug me, but we're just gonna have to move past it. I'm gonna spray my face once again. I always like to spray my face before I do highlighter, so we're gonna take that ColourPop Pretty Fresh spray again. And then for my highlight today, I do want to take my Makeup Revolution Times Soph X highlighter palette. It's more than one highlighter. And I'm gonna take the shade, oh, I don't know, I kind of want to mix the entire top row. So I'm just gonna run my brush through there. Was that probably too much? Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe. Whatever, I like to be a glowing whore anyways, so it's nothing new. And then for my eyebrows, I always like to go in with a brow powder after I do highlight, just to make sure I don't have any highlighter in my eyebrows. So I'm gonna take my Gerard Cosmetics brow bar to go. I'm just gonna run some brow powder through my brow hairs, making sure that they're even. Also gonna take some brow gel and just set these bad boys in place. For lipstick, I'm gonna take my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fair Game. I know, I'm going like really out of my comfort zone today, guys. Halo Eye, Cool Tone, liquid lipstick. It's a big day for me. I'm gonna apply mascara to my lower lashes. You guys know, if you've been watching me, I like to save that for the very end because my eyes do water like crazy. Honestly, this probably sounds really stupid, but not having my middle finger available for me to do my makeup today has been kind of a challenge. And I know people do their makeup with far harder obstacles, but like, I guess you never realize how important something is until you lose it. That's deep. But you know, I just never realized how often I use my middle finger when it comes to like grabbing a brush or like applying something with my fingers. Like I've needed it several times and I haven't been able to use it. And it just amazes me how people can do their makeup with like either one hand, or like Molly Burke is blind, does her own makeup. And that's just so crazy to me because I couldn't imagine trying to do that, you know? Like, it just makes you grateful for the things you have, which we all should learn to be a little more grateful, in my opinion, but it's whatever. I'm gonna spray my face one last time for the third time this video, just to set our face in place all day long. Alright guys, and that was this week's Flashback Friday using the Anastasia Sultry palette. This was kind of highly requested to do for a Flashback Friday, and I can see why, because it is like the perfect palette for this time of year. Plus I never use cool tones on my channel, so whenever I do, you guys are like super excited by it. So yeah, here's your cool tone fix for the moment. Like I said, I am going to be buying, or I did buy the ColourPop Smoke Show palette, so there'll be more cool tone looks coming here soon, and probably just more throughout the fall and winter months because they're more common then. But yeah, here is my finished look. I did a little messy halo eye. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any recommendations for future Flashback Friday palette videos, let me know down below. I love you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.